How many times have I to tell you to turn off that bloody immersion and don't be leaving it on? Who do you think we are? Americans. And another thing, stay away from that fridge. You're stuck in it morning, noon and out. You'll be ate out of house and home. Sorry lads, how are ye? Well, I suppose that brings us nicely onto the topic that we're going to talk about today, which is doing the old bit of shopping. Well, you'd imagine now that doing the shopping would be an easy task. But lads, there's a few things you have to keep in mind, and that's what we're here for, to give you the few hints and tips. Well, I suppose the first thing that you have to take into account, that you have to think about, is what kind of food do I like? Because sure, if you don't like pasta or rice or anything like that, there's no point in buying them then, is there? So that's tip number one then. Keep in mind, what do I like to eat? Keep that in your head when you're making the list. And it's fierce important, lads, to make a list before you do the shopping. Sure, what's the point in be going down to Super Value or Little or Aldi or wherever you go, Tesco's, Dunn's, wherever, and standing in the middle of the aisle with your mouth hanging open, not knowing what to buy. Now what's the point in that? So that's 2 points so far, right? Make sure you know what you like and make sure that you make a list. Okay. And before you make the list, sure, I suppose to be no harm to know what's in the presses and the fridge already. Because there's no point in going buying more of the stuff that you have already. You'll never be able to eat it. So, what we'll do first is we'll look in the fridge. Oh, holy mother of God, I've been robbed. Look, there's nothing in the fridge. Now lads, seeing as I've seen now that we've been ate out of house and home, we're going to have to go and do the shopping and put something into the fridge. So it is very important now, lads, that we make the list, and we make the list of stuff that we actually like to eat, because there's no point in buying stuff that you won't eat. It'll just go off and that'll be just a waste. So I suppose you would have the old basic list, you know, like you'd have the eggs. Sure, eggs are fabulous, lads. You could make a mountain of stuff out of eggs. So make sure that eggs are always in your list, always in the fridge. And you'll have your butter and your bread. And look, if you get a full slice pan, you can always fire half the slice pan into the freezer, you know what I mean? And lads, I'm going to tell you something now. Listen on now. Don't be getting hung up on buying the expensive brands, right? Because all the shops, your Tesco's, your Lidl's, your Aldi's, your Super Values, your Dunn's, the whole lot of them, they all have their own brands. They're cheaper and taste just absolutely fine. Some of them are absolutely smashing altogether. So you'd have your basic list with that anyway. You know, you'd have your rice and your pasta and your spuds and stuff like that. And you don't have to be buying them every week, lads, because your rices and your pastas and stuff, they'd last you a few weeks, maybe even a month. You wouldn't know, depending on what way you're buying them. So there's only certain things that you'd have to buy every week, you know. But once you do your first big shop, you're just adding to it every week then. So nothing for us to do now, lads. Only take the list and off to the shops we go. I have the list, and I forgot to tell you about the shopping bags. Your For Life bags. Make sure that you bring them, and don't be arriving up to the counter and finding that you have to buy a bag. Sure, you'll be broke if you keep buying the bags. These bags are great. So, and don't forget now that we have to wash the hands or sanitize the hands before we go in. Come a bit closer, Helen, if you want. We have the list, right? And we're going to have a look and say we know what we like to eat, and we'll pick food that you can make a few different meals out of. Like mince. Come here and I'll show you. Look. Own brand mince. 2 packs for €6. Lads, where would you be going, huh? You can make burgers, you can make lasagna, you can make spaghetti bolognese out of the mince. And what you don't use, you can put in the freezer. Over here, look, see the chickens. Chickens again, great value. And you can make your roast chicken. Then you can have, the following day, you could have chicken curry and rice. And you can make salads with your chicken, sandwiches, whatever. I'm telling you, lads, the list is endless, lads, and what you can make if you have the right stuff in your fridge and your presses. In the shops, lads, you'll find loads of special offers. Now, but some of them wouldn't be suitable for anyone living on their own or students or that. Like, for example, see this. Now, it's lovely and all that. 2 of them for €3. Lads, when are you going to eat? When are you going to use the whole lot of that? So just be careful of the special offers that you pick. And then you have other special offers like over here, which are cereal. It's a
great, that'll last you ages. A fiver for the big box. So look out for them special offers and the wheat sticks as well. They last a long time and they're good for you. But be wary, not all special offers are suitable for you. So lads, don't forget when you're doing the shopping that you'll get your coupons and vouchers, you can use those. Now, when you're doing shopping in SuperValu anyway, you get one of them little fob things and they scan that and then coupons and vouchers are sent to your house. So you can use them then and that makes your food shopping cheaper the next time.